Hey everybody, welcome back to Mom Vlog Monday. I am Sarah, and this is where I talk about my journey as a new mom. I share tips and tricks and products that have helped me along the way, and also talk about things that, well, haven't worked. So today I am going to be reviewing the Baby Buddha breast pump. It is probably one of the hottest pumps on the market. And let me just say this up front, this was not a sponsored post. I saved my hard-earned money and I purchased this baby myself. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get down to it. When you get your kit from Baby Buddha, these are all of the products that you're going to see. You have 2 flanges with all of their pieces, as well as the collection cups and a stand for each of them. 2 silicone covers, as well as a cover to put on the front of your flanges to keep it in the fridge or just to keep it more protected. The actual pump itself with a lanyard that you can attach. The Y tubing. Rechargeable cord for your battery. A user manual. And a nifty little backpack to put all of your stuff in. So let's get down to the positives. There are a lot of positives with the Baby Buddha breast pump. First off being probably its most popular feature, its unparalleled suction. There are so many videos out there that talk about the suction, that demonstrate the suction with a balloon, and I have to attest to it that on a very low setting, you can get a lot of suction, which helps you extract more milk in a shorter period of time, thus cutting down on your overall pumping time. And who doesn't want more time to themselves and not be pumping? Great, huh? It also has unparalleled suction for being a mobile pump, which is great, but I have yet to have more suction from a pump that isn't a hospital grade pump. I have 3 pumps, this being one of them, and I have used a hospital grade pump at home, and this actually was stronger. So definitely, if you have a chance to check out some of those videos that show the actual suction, there's a big viral video of a chick with a balloon who puts it up next to the breast shield and shows the suction, and it's incredible. It is definitely a style of suction that you have to get used to. A lot of people talk about that. So if you're very, very sensitive, this might not be the pump for you. Next feature that is also super convenient for the Baby Buddha pump is the Y tubing. Now these all come apart. You can replace the tube pieces as needed. You don't have to wash the Y tubing. In fact, they have this little tag on here that says not to wash it because it can get into the motor and ruin the motor. But the thing about the Y tubing that is so ingenious is that it has this little switch. So you can immediately suck from one side, both sides, to another side, making it, very easy to either switch back and forth to get some more stimulation from one side to the other. You're not having to unplug things or, fish the tubing back in like you do on many other breast pumps. It's extremely, extremely convenient. Let me talk about the charging cord. I love this charging cord because it not only has a regular plug, but it also has a USB port. So I can plug this into my car, my computer, something that, might not have a regular outlet. I can just plug it into this little USB situation. The extras are great. The bag is super cute and convenient. The hygiene shield and the silicone massage cover is also convenient. I liked them, but in the long run, I ended up not using them that often simply because I wanted the quickness and the convenience of being able to use this and then put it away. The pros are out of the way. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the setbacks of the Baby Buddha pump. Because while I really do like this pump, there are some things that you want to keep in mind. First of all, there are a lot of parts to clean. A lot of parts to clean. So you've got, of course, your collection cups and the ring that helps the tight seal, but you also have a cap that can't be washed, this one flange part here, as well as your top cover. This is more stuff than what other pumps I've had to clean. So there's a lot more cleaning time associated with this particular pump. Con number 2, and this is probably my biggest beef with the Baby Buddha, and it's the actual valves and the membranes on the valves. This follows a style that's similar to those Medela valves, and there's a little membrane that sits on top that has to be replaced every 6 weeks or else you lose suction. Now, I also had a lot of problems with suction in general in the beginning, and eventually, I just got so tired of not only cleaning the valves and the membranes and not it having a great suction situation that I switched to the duck-billed valves. I just got these off of Amazon, but I also have a Spectra pump, so I knew that I could use these. And it kind of changed my life. So while Baby Buddha doesn't recommend using the duck-billed valves, I don't know why, because I actually found this to be a problem in my suction, and the duck-billed valves are cheaper and last longer and are easier to clean. Con number 3, and Baby Buddha has made some significant strides in trying to remedy this, but your flange sizes are very, very limited. So if you feel like you're between 2 sizes, like maybe you're not a 24, you're, I don't know, a 26, and you're not a 28, you might not be able to find the correct flange size for you. Now, there are workarounds, there are hacks, and I have hacked this Buddha to fit freemie cups and a couple of other things, but I feel like at the $200 price point, you should be able to get something that fits you properly. I don't know. Maybe they'll change that a little bit more in the future, but that's definitely something that you would want to consider. And you'd want to measure yourself before you purchased your Baby Buddha. One more con that I would like to mention, and it's pretty minor, but I felt that there was quite a bit of trial and error with the actual motor. It is very easy to use. There are only 2 different modes. There's letdown mode, and then there's suction mode, and then you can, of course, increase or decrease the level of intensity. However, the combination of all those things, they really kind of want you to figure out what works best for you, which is great. And now there are enough people out there who have a Buddha and they've talked about like what numbers they use. Like I was in number 3 for a very long time, and then I would go back and forth from suction to letdown mode, like in the middle. Anyway, I digress. I feel like with some of the other more established providers of breast pumps, they can tell you like right down to the minute and the numbers, and you can follow that formula and it's smooth sailing. Whereas this, I feel like there's just a little bit more tinkering involved. The last thing I probably should talk about, and again, this is fairly minor, but the customer service at Baby Buddha I did not find to be very satisfactory. I did have some issues in the beginning with my suction, which turned out to be that valve problem that I talked about earlier. Switching the valves made it super easy, but I reached out to them a couple of times and asked if these parts were properly done, and I looked on their website and looked at some videos, but just needing some help, especially as a new mom, I didn't get a response, and I didn't feel like I could find adequate community in order to help me through that process. And it was a little disheartening. So yes, they do make it very, very easy for you, but if you run into trouble, you might not be able to get a hold of them, which can be a big problem. In fact, I had an issue with another pump that I use and contacted their customer service, and I got a response right away, and they actually sent me the part that I needed right away, and that was it. And they were there for me, which is really, really important when you're a new mom and you don't know what you're doing or how to operate all this stuff. So, all in all, that is my review of the Baby Buddha breast pump. Hopefully this was helpful for you. In the meantime, stay sweet, mamas, and I'll talk to you soon.